And I think that's been really kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's been super cool to have
It's
that.
always been super positive because there's, I know at least within the people that goes to John's stream, there's a bunch of new people that's coming into the hobby.
Yeah,
Always been,
Joker, Shed Dweller. Yeah.
yeah,
You
exactly.
see
Like,
what? You see what Justin just said?
Any of you see what happened to Shadow last night? He let a stranger into the show, and the guy was naked stroking his dingus. No fucking way.
I was on there for. I was in the chat there for a little while. I didn't see that.
And that happened after I left too. Oh,
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see that either.
That's some Omegle level shit. No,
Poor
yeah,
Shadow.
Or Shadow. That's why you don't let strangers in. Superior God, Cyber Godzilla. That must be in your channel because I see you're simulcasting there, Logan. So there
Yeah, I just got it on as well. And yes, hi, Superior Cyber Godzilla. He's pretty cool.
See, you figured you'd way to get me on your channel in the final run, right? Then you just you snuck around and ran me on that one. Well done, sir. I salute your initiative.
Hey, you invited me.
No, okay, so again, this is the point of this community, right? Is that we all kind of hang out and be chill with each other and have a good time and not take ourselves too goddamn seriously. And that's, that's important to me because I think some of us take ourselves a little too fucking seriously.
I don't take anything seriously.
This is true. Sometimes, okay, some of us need to take things a little more seriously, Hungar. Law Dog, what the hell? So glad you've discovered the world of Palladium books. Palladium Fantasy is awesome, but I can't wait to see you get completely enchanted by the world's Rifts. I played Rifts in college, bro. I would be shocked, Law Dog. I'm gonna give it. I'll play it if someone runs it, but I'd be very, 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 very surprised if I got into Rifts.
That sounds very familiar. Sounds like a gentleman I used to talk to a lot with on Twitter. Before I got out. Yeah, no, very, very. If it's the same gentleman, then very cool dude. Very cool dude.
So Ben C says, I'm fed up of being forced to pick a side, being the bad guy. If I just can't be arsed. Thank you for using the proper use of the word arsed. To get involved either way. I fucking agree, by the way, because as I like to use that word, I say nothing arses me off more than tribalism and elitism. Those things really annoy the fuck out of me. I once interviewed a writer, and I won't say who, for a role-playing game on one of my podcasts back in the day. And when it was over, my producer and I looked at each other, and I'm like, "Did you get that rock star vibe off of him?" And he's like, "Totally." I'm like, "But like we've actually met real rock stars. We're in radio. We're like we've met real rock stars. Where does this guy writes a fucking role playing game? Where does he get off being a rock star? And that's the thing. I find that this hobby needs to sometimes remember what it is. It's a bunch of goofy nerds, and that's what matters more than anything else.
And embrace your geekhood.
I've even seen Max chill out a bit since you've been around, to be honest, Bear. Well, I'm taking no responsibility for Max Liao because he's a filthy Capellan, according to Justin. And I have no reason to doubt Justin on that filthy Capellan line. But no, look, Max is good people. Every time I simulcast Legion of Myth, I lose subscribers. But I build them back up slowly but surely, so I don't mind. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so are you the Law Dog from Twitter, Law Dog? We don't go for no law and order around here, Law Dog. Just unquote.
Like I said,
I deleted all my Twitter accounts last week.
I've been out for like a year, I think.
About 6 months, and I wasn't using it that much anyway. I was just using it for self promo Saturday. But I went back in and I deleted all my Twitter accounts. And now when I go to Twitter, it says, "Would you like to create?" I can't look at anything. It says, "Do you want to create an account?" I'm like, why can't I just look at shit? Why do I have to have an account to look at shit?
I got out after I began. Go on.
I don't use any social media. I don't use Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook in years and have not been happier since. I go on Twitter every once in a while and I give likes to everybody who's posting. But yeah, I don't get into those social media thing anymore. And like I said, since I've gotten off of social media, I've been a lot happier.
Facebook I only use to post memes and keep in touch with a bunch of people I know because I've lived in a lot of different places and I've taught and I've been companies have sent me places and I've met people, so I have a really international friend group. So it's really Facebook's a really nice, easy place to keep everybody in order. Plus my old aunt's on it, so I can't cut her out. Man, she's my old aunt. She's awesome.
Yeah, I use Facebook Messenger, and I video chat with my brother, and I video chat with my parents, and I talk to my kids on Facebook Messenger.
Hey, look at that! Australia has pedants as well. I thought it was only England that had pedants. Pedants. I don't know how to say it anymore.
I got pulled back onto Facebook this week, but I got invited to participate in Cobra Convergence 8 for a G.I. Joe event on YouTube this year.
Oh, nice. Good for you. I know you're big on that G.I. Joe stuff.
Oh, yeah. Just a little bit.
They are real American heroes, man.
Well, they are. Yeah. Did you pick up the Cobra source book yet?
No, I haven't.
You have the game, though, the role-playing game, right?
I do. I wasn't very fond of it, though. So
okay.
That's why I made my own.
I have the core rule book, the Emerald Oubliette, and something else, the GM screen, 2 dice bags, and 2 dice, Cobra and Joe both, right? Haven't opened any of it.
I got the core rule book, and I was reading through it, and it looked great, but it just, the rule system, I'm just not down with it. So,
yeah.
I had, for Christmas one year, my mom had got me a bunch of the G.I. Joe stuff, like the tank and the minis and stuff. Man, I wish I still had that Jeep, that old G.I. Joe Jeep, and all the figures. I wish I still had all that stuff, man.
The only toy from my childhood that I wish I still had was I had the Battlestar Galactica Viper launcher thing, which had these little foam Vipers with the elastic, and you'd hold it up poof, and shoot them off, and they'd fly.
Oh, cool.
I wish I still had that. That was an awesome toy. I used to torment my sisters.
Me and my brother, we took our Millennium Falcon and we half buried it in our side yard, and we made up a game with action figures, but with dice. So we made up like a board game, and the Millennium Falcon was actually the bar, and we built like a little town out in our side yard where we were like 9-10 years old.
Nice.
Action figures and stuff.
The rock wall of one of my grandmother's gardens at the house. To this day, I'm sure if someone were to excavate it, they would find tons of little Star Wars plastic guns in there, that I lost over the years, just like a treasure trove of them.
That cardboard box was a battle station, man. It was awesome.
I had the Death Star playset, and I fucking hated it because it was so lame. I'm like, this is lame. Even as a kid, I was like, this is lame. I built my own with Lego instead, and it was way more fun.
We took the Falcon, and we put like black scorch marks on the outside and stuff where it crashed.
Oh yeah, that's a neat idea for a campaign setting. I actually kind of like that, like having some outer rim planet where YT 1300 crashed, and the owner like survived the crash and sort of took the mentality of like, being a Corellian, anyone you walk away from, right? I'm going to open a bar instead, and just built a bar in his crashed ship. That's a great idea, Hunger. I'm going to steal that if I ever run a Star Wars.
No, my brother I got the G.I. Joe set, and my brother got the He-Man set. He had the Castle Grayskull and all of that. So, of course, we were using all of our little action figures to set up the castle and all that. It was good stuff.
Did anybody ever get the flag?
I missed that one.
Oh, that thing was way too expensive.
Yeah, too big. I wouldn't have any place to put it now. I probably would have had to have sold it.
They wanted to make a Macross STF-1 playset, and then they realized that one of the arms would be the size of the USS flag. And they were like, okay, we're not making that. No one's gonna buy that shit. No. Very rich kids would have had that playset. My house smells, you guys have no idea how good my house smells. I got a buddy of mine gave me one of his old slow cookers because mine died before the move, my Instapot. So I've got a slow cooker in the kitchen making a beautiful meatball stew right now. Oh, my house smells so good. I can't wait for breakfast. I'm going to have a bowl of stew for breakfast. No potatoes. No potatoes. Just carrots, peas, corn, onions, mushrooms, and then meatballs.
Nice.
My buddy has a Warhammer 40K figure his girlfriend's cat chewed, and he used the parts as viscera to cover one of the tanks. Nice. See,
that's not bad. That's a good cover up. Nice.
That's really good. That's well done. I'm not a 40K guy, I'll be honest. I liked it better when it was goofy. I thought it was way cooler when it was goofy. The serious 40K is like, yeah, okay, it's Dune. You're just doing like edgelord Dune, Catholic Dune.
I mean, I was mainly into the fantasy side of things, and even then, it was just fun doing the whole like wargaming general thing. It was like, yeah, the world's kind of fucked up, but it's fun, you know. I've just had like 60 soldiers just march forward because I didn't want the enemy's archers having a direct line of sight on my noblemen.
That makes sense.
Just sacrificing the cannon fodder to save the nobility because that's clearly important.
Obviously, come on.
Naturally, yeah.
Sorry, you weren't done. My apologies.
Well, I was just going to follow it up with another battle I had against the Drow or the Dark Elves, and he flanked me, got all the way over to my cannons, and I rolled a natural 1, which meant that my cannons blew up in my face. And he had wasted half the entire combat just getting around to that, only for me to go, you can't have it.
Boom.
Exactly.
The only thing I really like from 40K, is Harlequins. And the thing I like about Harlequins is the way that they can blip in and out as they're approaching you. I think that visually that in my head, I'm like,
so cool. You know? Like they're in and out of reality, jumping around all over the place, and you're just like, where the fuck are they? There are a lot of like ideas and aesthetics from the 40K that I love the idea of, and most of the times, well, it's just specific things, but like the full doom gloom thing, it's like I'd rather focus on other things. Like if I run Dark Heresy, it'll be like, oh, we're just going to focus on this aspect of the Imperium, and we know everything else is fucked, but we don't need to deal with that. We had to have fun.
Hungar? What news? What news?
Nurses came in. They had to hook up my antibiotic through my IV.
Okay. Hopefully they got it right this time.
And they just gave me a bunch of morphine.
So we're about to lose you, aren't we?
No, I'm fine. I'm just out enjoying the wave.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you start talking goofy shit, I'll just mute you.
I'm always talking goofy shit.
When you start talking extra goofy shit, how about that? Yeah, I get everybody talks about, but Rogue Trader, you can role play in the 40K universe. Why the fuck would you want to? Like,
you're
just going to die.
I've said this before. You get all these Harry Potter guys, and they're like, man, I'd love to go to Harry Potter Island. And Narnia, same way, and Lord of the Rings, same way. But you never have any 40K fans being like, man, I'd love to go to the grim dark future where everything sucks.
I'd love to play I'd love to go to Miskatonic. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
No, I don't want to go to Miskatonic University either.
But the thing with the whole Rogue Trader is, at the very least, you're at the top of the pyramid, so you have a better chance to survive. But at the very same time, it's 40K. What do you expect?
Well, okay, so a buddy of mine had this theory. He was saying this back in college. He said about being in the Empire in Star Wars, right? He goes, the best, you're in the Empire, you're an Imperial officer. So you have to do well, but you have to figure out where the middle ground of well is, because if you do really well, you're going to get promoted. And the more you get promoted and the more you achieve, eventually you're going to wind up on Vader's flagship, and then one day you're going to fuck up and get the long distance throat choke, and that's it for you. So you have to figure out how to just be like the guy who, babysits a food depot somewhere on the outer rim that the rebels will never attack, and then you can just live out your career. Sorry, go ahead, Seth.
Well, I was literally going to say, like, it's like what one of my players from my Saturday group says, you don't want to overachieve and you don't want to underachieve. You want to be in the middle ground. You've got to be able to like fly low so that you are not a target by the rebels for assassination, a kidnap or anything like that. And you don't want to rise up the food chain where you get responsibilities. And I mean, I'm sure most of us have seen some of the newer Star Wars shows where we actually see the brutality of what the Empire did, and you're suddenly a participant of that.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
well, this is the thing, right? Like all through the 3 first movies, I sat there going, is the Empire really that bad? Because other than like being a police state, we don't see, other than Alderaan, which was an enemy sympathetic planet.
Yeah.
We don't see them doing much. We don't see a lot of horror from the Uncle Beru and Aunt Owen or whatever, Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen. Yeah, and they were harboring the fucking son of a fucking rebel and blah blah blah. Like whatever the case may be. We don't see them doing horrible shit. Now that we're getting the expanded stuff, we get to see the horrible shit, and it's like, okay, the Empire sucks.
I I've
so one of
always
the
been.
small. Go on.
I'm sorry. I've always been. Give me my white jack boots, baby.
White jack boots. You want to be a stormtrooper?
Hell yeah.
Well,
You'd be that stormtrooper that'd be annoying the rest of your platoon on some backwater planet. And they'd be like, "Would you shut the fuck up or shut the frack up?"
But the expanded universe, they also really delved into like some of the deals that the Empire did, like because I know there was like a serious war between the Wookiees, and there was like I forgot the name of the lizard people that they were fighting, that Bosk was a part of. The Empire sold the Wookiees out.
Oh yeah, the Trandoshans.
Yeah, the Trandoshans, like that was just like, oh good grief, like it was full on at that point.
Oh,
and that's a minor thing. And I am a sucker for bad guys. I love me the good villains. So when the Mandalorian came out, you met the Imperial officer who's sitting there going, everything the Empire touches, just numerically is improved. It's like, yes, because you stand on the pyramid of corpses to make this.
Yeah.
At that point, it is crystal clear what it is that you're going for. But I like this because in Star Wars, it's good, bad. Like, they don't try to hide this. They try to make it very sure about this, but that's what George Lucas wanted. And I love that. Like, it's very clear what we want. I mean, it's a very easy thing to work with.
Yeah. Well, everybody forgets for children. So was that Hunger?
Palpatine did nothing wrong.
Shreve. You let them call him Shreve. That's what he did wrong. You leave Palpatine alone. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge Star Wars head. I was when I was a kid, but then I discovered Star Trek as a teenager and was just kind of like, this is way better, you know.
Same. Love Star Trek.
Star Wars is for kids. Star Trek is for grown-ups.
And I will be a child forever.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's when people start crapping on Star Trek for not being exciting and it's not important. It's like, motherfuckers, do you know how many engineers, doctors, astronauts, scientists have become that because of Star Trek, and that inspired them to go down those roads?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be dishing Star Trek because simply put, if you enjoy it, that's great. I want you to be a nerd. Come join us. Our meetings are on Saturdays. Just bring your robes and the blood.
One of us. There
you go. Give a gobble.
Exactly.
Take it easy, Kiwi. Be good, man. Be good. Be good, Kiwi. Yeah, there we go. Well, you know what? It's the way it is. Nothing wrong with that.
It is. And again, like Star Trek has inspired people. Will not take that away. It's also great because it also brings out a very hopeful future, something that we really should be going towards. The idea of, we've now got the replicators, or duplicates, whatever they're called. We've got this form of science. We've removed scarcity, and we're now focusing on what's important, which is going to be your skill, upgrading of skill, your education, your pushing of new information and science. Like this
is why I prefer the 23rd century Star Trek, the Kirk Spock stuff, because the core planets might be heaven, but once you get outside the core, it starts to be a rougher world, and the colonists that are out there are really facing something challenging. In Next Generation, the entire Federation is just one giant learning annex, where everybody's just there going, well, I think I'm going to learn how to juggle because I don't have to have a job, so I'm going to learn how to juggle. And that's why I like the idea of Starfleet, because Starfleet goes, hey, yeah, you've got a life of comfort. You've got everything you could want. But if you want more, come explore the universe. Come protect all of this, And I think that's a great idea.
The original series held up better than most people think.
Well, it's funny. Some of the people on my Discord, Sarah, who plays the Ferengi in the Paradise Station game, she's rewatching it for the first time in years, and she's like, other than the goofy effects, like I forgot how good this show was. And it's like, yeah, there's some really good stories there. Hungar, apparently your medical equipment is sending Morse code to O'Neill, so O'Neill's going to go shoot someone, I guess. Kill the governor.
Yeah, it's that stupid IV pump.
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat my ice cream, and it don't like it when I move my arm.
Hungar is speaking in Where's My Dealer, damn you.
My dealers just left. Their names Kaylee and Haley.
Really?
That's my nurses, yeah.
Are they twins?
No, but they always work together. I always get them.
Nice. Which one has the tattoo?
They're sweethearts.
Which one? Isn't there one of them has a tattoo on her chest or something?
Oh, that was Which hospital is that? Yeah, I haven't seen her, but she had that big of a tattoo on her. Yeah.
Gene Roddenberry invented Captain Pike, and then the modern show ruined him. That new Trek is bad. I'm sorry. I'm still debating. I've been thinking about this all through the holiday season, setting myself up for some deep hurting and watching Discovery every episode and doing reaction videos on it. I'm like, can I make it?
Don't you lose enough subscribers as it is?
Well, I'll get all the Discovery haters. They'll come in and be like, yeah, this show sucks. Why is Mikey always crying?
Well, there's a gentleman that I follow on YouTube, and he's a data geek. It's no surprise, but he was going on about like, well, as long as you get interaction, positive, negative comments, anything that boosts your channel.
Yep.
So technically, if you do these things that rile people up and they start clicking into it, technically you can farm them. And if you're really smart, you can go in and read their comments and they will come back. You get twice the amount from them.
Yeah, that's not a priority for me. I've always said, it's okay, Hungar. Don't destroy your IV. It's okay. We can handle the beeping. I don't care what clicks I get here. Like I've always said, if YouTube became my job, remind me to put a bullet in my brain pan. Like, good God. Now, producing material, comics, role-playing game material, stuff like that, I would love for that to be my source of income. That would make me happy to be able to do that and not have to go to a day job. It would be so much nicer. Life would be great. But that's a one day at a time type thing. But YouTube, I would never want YouTube. I would never want to be chasing algorithms for money. Ugh. It's like, I'm a model on Instagram. I'm a soldier in Call of Duty. It's like, it's a fake world. Don't buy into the bullshit. You know what I mean? I've worked in radio. I've worked in television. I've worked in film. I've done the real stuff. This is not the real stuff. This is just cool and fun. And there are some people out there that have some great channels. There's a horror. I don't know if you guys like horror or not, but there's a horror analysis channel by this guy called CZ's World. CZ's World. His videos are amazing. Like the production value, the knowledge, the research, the editing, everything. He's really good. I don't have that. I don't have that energy. I don't have that desire to do that level of production. But you look at all these other ones that everyone loves so much, other than say like Seth Skorkowski, but a lot of those really, really glitzy channels we all see, they have entire teams of people working on them. You know what I mean? They're like corporate activity. They're not just, some guy in his house clicking, unless you're Seth Skorkowski and he's a fucking auteur,
I'm not gonna edit shit.
No shit.
I know. Well, at the end of the day, though, like that, it also reaches a certain level where you need to do that, because otherwise you're going to be spending, one day just for filming it, one day just for editing it, and then it becomes a huge time cost. It becomes its own full-time job. So in order to cut down that, it becomes its own little company. Yeah, and that's where it depends on what you want to do. But it's also where, like, I find personal enjoyment in, well, what you do, Bear, what John does, what Sean does, where it's regular dudes that I can directly connect with. It's where there's live streams, and they just all go like, hey, you've seen you around. Like, do you want to come in and, like, just behave yourself, be normal?
And this has been really beneficial for me, because when I reach out to publishers and I show them what we do here, they like it. Right? They like this format more so than the slick glitzy shit, because this lets them really directly connect with their purchasing audience, right?
Yeah.
I got to get them back on Matt Forbeck, and I've got to review the Marvel game. I got to get around to doing that. Marvel is the direct publisher for that role-playing game, Marvel Multiverse. And Matt, every time I've had to have Matt on, I got to send an email to Marvel saying, hi, we'd like to have Matt on at this time, which means they've vetted me. They've come in and checked out the live streams of what we're doing, and they're making sure it's okay. And then they're like, hey, and Matt's like, yeah, he's a great guy. We're going to go on. They were so enjoying what we did. Matt told me at Gen Con this year, they were like, hey, is Bear going to be showing up? We'd love to meet him in person. And it was just like, oh my God. Marvel? Really? Okay. Well, you know what? Tell you what, let me write some comics for you. I'll fix your fucking ship. I'll get you back on track, But this is the thing. It's we can bridge the world between the people who produce the material we like. Case in point, what Max Liao's done with Sean Robertson and Kevin Sindiato over at Palladium. I've had various indie publishers on. I've had some name publishers on, and it's We can do all of that. And we can make our community what it's supposed to be, which is a bunch of geeks at all levels of the top communicating and working together, right? And that's what matters more than anything else. I'm going to mute you, Hungar, just in case you're fighting with a garbage can or something. But that's what we should be doing. And again, these are normal people. They're not gods floating above us because they publish shit. They're just normal people,
Yeah, I'm just trying to have fun doing with what I'm doing on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time right now with our lives and all the little AI videos that my wife and I are doing. We're just having a good time with it.
And you made it a family event too, which is really kind of cool.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun. And they enjoy it, something we can do together, which we don't get to do a lot of anymore, really. My boys
there's a dark side of YouTube. I understand that. I'm really feeling sorry for the person who shows up at my door. Just saying. That's a bad day for them. That'd be a bad day for me too.
But. Probably, yeah.
But the thing is, though, like, we don't dive into these circles.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, we generally stay off those radars. Between the circles here with you, Bear, and with John, like, it's a very specific part of the internet. You've got to like really go and search for them. It's the same when individuals suddenly discover, like, oh, what is Warhammer 40,000 like? Well, you've got to go out and like really find out like what it is about. And it's not just like, oh, here's a quick wiki page. It's like, here is an entire Wikipedia website you've got to go through. And it's the same with what we do here. It's like it's a niche part. I don't imagine that a lot of weirder people from the darker part of YouTube is going to find us. And if they do,
we have our malcontents.
Okay.
We absolutely have our malcontents, and we have some people that I would classify as potentially dangerous in the communities.
No.
But I also classify them as mostly keyboard warriors. You know what I mean? Like, they're just going to talk a lot of shit from the protection of their basement or their closet where they have everything set up. They're not. We don't have a lot of women on our streams.
No.
So we don't have things for these guys to obsess over and then want to connect with. I feel bad for women online. I really do. Because when I was with my fiance, she's Indian, so it's double whammy for her. She used to show me her Facebook inbox every now and then. And like, she was getting like 200 messages a day from either guys sending her pictures of her cock or of their cock, or guys offering to, like, baby, come, I marry you, I give you $10,000, you fly to Dubai, and it's just like, holy shit.
Was she dot or feather?
What?
Dot or feather?
She was neither. She was a Punjabi.
Dot.
No, that's Hindi.
Oh. Same thing.
Or sorry, Hindu. Hindi's the language. Or no, it's the culture. Anyway, no, she was Punjabi. They don't do the dot. That's so Hindu women put the dot on their head to show that their husband. It's called a bindi dot, and it's there because it means their husband is alive.
So she was more 7-Eleven.
Wow.
7-Eleven
kicking in, huh, buddy?
Huh?
Can we play the morphine?
The morphine's just kicking in there, isn't it? Your Southerners coming out. But yeah, so so she had a horrible time on the internet, and I always felt bad for her, right? Because it's just, women have a very different experience on the internet than men. They also have easier success than men. Like, it's really a lot easier for a woman to become successful on the internet than it is for a man, because sadly they're going to pick up a lot of just desperate men who think if they give them money or they pay attention to them, she'll love me or she'll send me affection. So they get these massive audiences, but the potential for the crazy stalkers also increases exponentially.
Yeah. Well, that's a very good point.
Yeah, if Justin's the guy moderating your racism, boy, I don't know what to tell you. Let's get back to gaming.
I'm feeling no pain.
Yeah, there you go. Let's get back to gaming. How about we do that instead?
Yes.
I'm going to bounce off.
All right, Hungar. Well, listen, you rest up, buddy, and I'm looking forward to playing Palladium with you in Cody's game.
Get better.
I can't wait. He sent me a message on Discord last night. I got excited.
Good. Nice.
He's like, you interested in playing some Palladium with me and Bear? I was like, hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. He's like, yeah, we're going to F stuff up.
And we got the Mormon. Brian's playing with us too.
Nice. Can we ridicule him?
No.
Not for being Mormon, just for being Brian.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No religious persecution, just persecution in general.
Just Arizona persecution.
All right. Peace, love, and chicken grease, everybody.
Take care.
Be good, Hunger. Keep us posted, please, of your health, man.
Later, Hunger.
Rufini is the worst stage magician ever. The amazing Rufini. I went to a show and I woke up in an alleyway. What the hell?
You might be referring to Rudini. He's one of my subscribers.
I get what happened, but So here's how my comedy works, Logan. I fixate on something, have a joke in my head, and immediately say it because it's fucking funny. I would have probably been fairly good at the MST3K thing. You know what I mean? Like, because it's just there, you know, and then I go. Justin just ate some McDonald's with a large strawberry milkshake around 1:30, and it's making me feel all kinds of not good. Well, self-evident.
Yeah, I can point to 3 things right there.
Yeah, the time, the choice, and the milkshake.
Yeah.
But hey, as long as you were happy while you were eating it, which is always how
we all make our choices. It's just whether we accept them later.
A fucking men, Carver. Amen, brother. That's exactly it. No game is perfect.
No, but it can be addictive because if they keep showing up the next week, you're doing something right.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, right? I won't shit on people's gaming styles if their players keep coming back. God bless you. Have fun. Yeah, all that matters. That's why I don't buy into all these elite mentality. You know, the bro SR or whatever. I'm like, I don't care. That's not important.
They are funny because there's nothing. This is just a sport that I used to have. I would find the bro SRs. I would try and corner them and be like, come on, tell me your secret. Tell me how to make these great games. Come on, tell me. And they would be like, no. If you don't know, you don't know. It's like, no, but I want to know. Come on, tell me. Talk to me like I'm a child.
Yeah.
Just like they can never give me a straight answer about how it works. It's just like, oh, okay, fine. I've read the books. It's not there. Come on, show me the page. Show me the paragraph. Here's a picture of it.
So when I was a teacher, I did a lot of reading of other culture, philosophical mentalities and stuff because most of my classes were what they call New Canadians, right? So I had to really have a very, 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 very open mind about everything. Yeah. So I needed to have cultural touchstones. And one of the things I stumbled across in my research was the Japanese mentality on perfection. Yeah. In the West, we believe the universe is perfect, right? The whole overarching dominance of the universe. Therefore, we compare ourselves to it and we try and achieve perfection, which drives us insane. The Japanese mentality, I think it comes from Shintoism, is that the universe is fucking chaos. Seek perfection within yourself. And I'm like, okay, see, that makes sense. Sadly, they then have that weird corporate model that causes them to just, self-exit way too much. But the point is instead of driving yourself, comparing yourself to something else, drive yourself by looking at what you're doing and improve upon yourself, and then you'll be happier. So Justin is absolutely correct when he says no blank is perfect. You can put any word you want in there. Nothing is perfect. Perfection does not exist. It just does not exist. So when guys tell me this is the way of the future, this is how role-playing is, this game is the great, I'm like, yeah, for you. Yep. For you, this is this thing. Maybe not for me. Maybe not for Oscar. Maybe not for Logan. Maybe someone else is going to, maybe they have something they think is better. Why does that make them wrong?
I like to approach
have a good time at gaming. Why, what does it matter?
No, but I often want I approach most things with the philosophy of, okay, great, whatever, when I talk to other people, what is it that they are fixated on for their games? Great, now I build on that. Whatever point it is that they're bringing on, okay, let's discuss that because I might learn something.
Yeah.
And, terrible. How terrible of me to learn something from someone else who might do something better than me so that I can improve my gaming. Maybe I come up with something that they didn't think of, and then they suddenly learn something and have a better game from that. It's like dialogues are bad for us.
So when I used to work in the film industry, I used to work with this stunt guy named John Walsh. Great guy. He's from the Maritimes, from Eastern Canada. And John was a really cool guy. Like, his life is a really fascinating story. And he used to get so arsed off with certain people in the film industry, and he'd call them fucking bottom feeders. And I'm like, what is this, John? You always say bottom feeders. What are you talking about? He goes, yeah, they turn their fucking skill set into an arcane black art with their own language, and you're an outsider. That's the sign of a bottom feeder. And what I'm noticing is with people in all walks of life who tell you they have the one true way, if you question them to try and have a better understanding, they tend to turn on you right away. They tend to sort of start attacking you. You'll never get it. You can't understand. It's like, I could have been your ally if I saw some merit in it, because you chose violence as your option. You chose aggression as your option, because you chose cult-like behavior as your option for dealing with me, as opposed to answering my questions and maybe trying to show me why you think it is this way. You've lost an ally now. And if you continue to attack me, you're going to gain an enemy, So maybe think about how you present yourself. So that's why all these guys I just have no use for. I have no use for this cliquish, elitist, culty things. I just don't care. I don't give a shit. Go away, do you, but stay out of my world, because my world is about IDIC, infinite diversity and infinite combinations. Everything is valid. Everything is bullshit. Stop caring. Just enjoy.
Yeah. Life's short enough as it is.
There you go. Baron G Rock gets it. That's why I like this eclectic group. We all look at things different, even disagree, but we all come into this with respect and able to listen to each other and not be dismissive.
Yes.
Except you're wrong. You're wrong, Baron G, and that's all that matters.
Oh, yes.
He come from a land down under. What's up, Sari?
Nice to meet you face to face, at least.
How you doing?
Oh, wow, you sound better.
Yeah.
Nice. How much did that set you back?
Hold on. Nope.
From the mothership of the podcast.
I was just sitting here thinking, like, he's put it up there so he can look down upon us.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Australia. They spend most of their time looking up at the rest of the world, so you got to give them some slack. Come on,
Well, yeah, the way life is, he's now been able to turn it around.
There you go. That's it. Get a leg up for the fellow Aussie. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. How you doing, Sarah? What's up, man?
Not much. Just got home from 6 hours of D&D, so
6 hours of D&D?
3.5.
3.5. Oh,
nice.
she had one fight. Okay.
Yes, we had one fight, in fact.
6 hours later, we've completed the fight. The first 5 rounds. We'll pick this up next week.
No. We finished the room with the fight in it that we started last session. So
see, I wasn't wrong. I was just off on my timetable. There you go. Now imagine if you were playing 4E, you'd still have more to look forward to of that same fight next week. That I love. 4E.
Yeah. This was the guards outside the temple. So we've now got to deal with the temple.
You're not even in the temple yet.
No.
We'll catch up on this, Seraphis, in about 6 months' time, and you'll be like, "We've come to the center. We're here for the big fight. We've leveled up 3 times, just going through 5 rooms.
I've completed my character's backstory quest and become king of my own nation, but we finally got to the final room of the temple."
Pretty much, yeah.
No, 3.5 is a lot of fun. I like the crunchiness. I like just how much you get the meat from the system, but it's good. It sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do sometimes.
I always love talking to Australians on these live streams because they're the only place left in the world that has the delay. So it's like old school TV interviews with someone like, "We're going to go to our correspondent in the Middle East," and they're like, "Steve, how are things over there?" And then they cut to Steve. "Things are going great, Bob." It's like, fuck.
I think it was when we were talking with Tian Tori that she was saying about how on her side, like her internet is considered slow, and she's running like 200 megabits or something.
Yeah.
I'm on 50.
Yeah, you're on DSL.
Yeah. Like
I had my old address before I moved. I had 500 megabits up, 500 megabits down, and I could have gotten a gig if I wanted, but I was happy with 500. Now I'm here and I'm on, I think, 200 up and 50 down, or 200 down and 50 up or something, and I'm like, I miss my lightning fast internet a lot.
Yeah.
I miss, and shut up, Europe. We know you have better internet than us in fucking corner shops. We know. You're the internet kings. You in Japan, internet kings. We know.
I was literally running my internet test just to give you some stats.
All right, go ahead. Get it out of your system. I feel good for you. I'm going to run an Ookla speed test as well. Go ahead. Tell me yours.
Fine. So my download is 591. My upload speed, let's just finishing up. Give me a second here. It's almost there. My upload is at 891.
Wow.
But the thing is, like, I have gone, like, it was my one requirement for the house that I bought. I have been hunting for decent internet for a very long time because I hated BT. Everyone I found who were either riding on BT or other ones, I hated all of them. I found True Speeds, and they just jack me straight into the Ethernet cables. They don't do any of the throttling that the other companies do, and I get exactly what I pay for. Yeah. I don't care that, like, right, I've got a decent deal right now. They're going to jack the prices up at the end of this year. I don't care. I will happily pay $80 a month for this internet.
Must be nice to pay that low, right? I have 410 down and 55 up right now. I got a boost. I'm happy. But I want my 500.
Do you want to hear mine?
Yeah, please. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I need to feel better about my shit. Go ahead.
Oh,
come! We invited people in for the tabletop game. They're now staying for the digital download speeds.
Stay for the speed tests.
I'm gonna test mine.
We've got to do this live. Like, everybody's just sharing your screen one by one.
I'm hiding from this for the time being because I don't want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Come back in when your results are in there, Seraphis. We'll talk to you next week. Getting your speed test is like a 3 fight.
No,
it's still going. It's still going.
It's still going.
Jesus. We'll get the answer when it arrives in the mail.
So it's funny. I lost a subscriber one time recently last year because where I'm from in the Maritimes, we have a very Irish culture, and so we say Jesus Christ a lot. Like, it's our thing. Jesus Christ. And there's one guy sent me a message going, would you mind not saying that so much because, I'm a Christian and it offends me? And I'm like, hey, sorry, man, it's my culture. I'm sorry that it offends you, but we believe taking the Lord God's name in vain is when you invoke him to give you stuff. You know what I mean? That's in vain. Otherwise, saying his name is not in vain. It's just his name, And he's like, well, I disagree, but thank you for explaining. So I'm going to go. I'm like, okay, bye. It was just like so weird. People, like, I was just like, and I've had people give me other shit, like, please stop saying motherfucker. I'm like, why? It's the most. I'll say cunt. See if you like that one more. Like, I'm good.
Oh, cunt's a fun word, isn't it?
Well, you're an Aussie. You guys use it like a fucking punctuation down there. Hey, he's a good cunt.
Everything.
What I love about you guys with cunt is that you will use it as both a positive and a negative. That's my favorite part of you guys. It's like, he's a good cunt. No, he's a total cunt. How do you do that? And my other favorite Australian thing ever. Yeah, nah.
Yes, no.
It's like, you want to go to the store? Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
You want to go to Macca and get some nuggets? Nah, yeah.
Yeah. I totally don't do that at all.
You don't do that ever? No? Okay, I'm going to bust you next time you do it on a
Just
live
ignore
stream.
the shifty eyes.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I don't say A. I never say A, ever. We all got our cool cultural shit. That's what makes us fun.
Oh, hey,
the English world, separated by a common language. You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes us so much fun. You, shut up, Sax. You're a fucking Dane. You're the other third of my ancestry. You guys, like I've always said, the Norwegians were the violent Vikings, the Swedes were the roaming Vikings and untrustworthy, and the Danes were the administrative Vikings, the ones that were like, no, we can do this, but we'll do it efficiently.
All right, so on some of the Scandinavian groups that I'm a part of, someone put up a post and basically said, like, all right, Norwegians, I've got to ask you a serious question. If Norway stopped existing, where would you go to? And there was like Sweden, Finland, all the other ones, and it was just 98% Denmark. We're just all going to go to Denmark because we at least trust them. We're not going to go to Sweden, not going to go to Finland, certainly not going to go to Iceland. We're going to go to Denmark. It's like, there we go. Come back, brothers.
Still don't know how the Finns are considered Scandinavians, but the fucking Estonians, where you guys get your blue eyes from, are like, fuck off, Estonia. Like, it's like the hatred the Scandi League has of Estonia is mind blowing.
It's the funniest shit ever. Because so the Danish flag,
the Scandi League is trying to recruit Scotland into the Scandi League now, and Estonia is still over there going, if you would like to join, hi. Fuck off, Estonia. Okay, sorry.
You're Eastern European. Like, fuck off. It's like,
no,
but you
invaded Scandinavian. Us. Look at the eyes and the hair. It's like, no.
You invade. Because, like, the Danish flag, the legend goes that it was during a major battle in Estonia where the flag fell down from the heavens, and it was a sign from God that we got to win, which we did, and then that's how we got the flag. It was in Estonia. So they're like, oh, but we're part of your history. It's like, are you really? Are you
really?
Go away?
No.
And again, like Finland is just a case of like, oh, they're geographically there, and I have actually argued with my geography teachers that she was wrong. Like, they're there geographically. There is nothing that they share with us. Nothing. Language, culture, nothing. They are weirdos. They are the red-headed stepchild that you forced into my family picture. They're not even the same. They're nothing alike.
And they don't have red hair.
No, they don't.
Redheads are thin on the ground in Finland compared to Swedes, Norwegians, Scots, Danish. It's like, it's insane. I used to work with this girl, Tina. She was from Finland, and she's like 5'1", so I used to call her Tiny Tina all the time. But then she started posting pictures on her Facebook of going out to the axe throwing with friends to this axe throwing place, and I'm like, see, there it is, right there. 5'1" and full of axes. That's the cultural touchstone the Finns have with the rest of the Scandinavians. Is like, if push comes to shove, they'll murder you.
Oh God, yeah.
Does sound fun though.
What was that?
Throwing axes does sound fun though.
Oh, it is.
Dude, there's a place here in Montreal which I've got to go. I'm trying to convince work for us to do the company I work with is like 20 people, and they're always like, we got to do something together as a group. And like, one of the guys I brought into the company, he loves axe throwing, and he's like, I'm like, dude, it's just axe throwing. He goes, no, they won't do it. I'm like, suggest it. And he's like, so he suggests, and they're like, they're all French Canadian. They're all like, that could be fun. And I'm like, yes, let's go axe throwing, please, let's go axe throwing as a corporate house.
So when my dad turned 60, I had arranged for, basically it was a lads night out or a lads event where him and all of his sons took him up to Scotland, because he had a great time when he was in Scotland when he was younger, so taking him back there. And of course I arranged for us to go axe throwing. So we show up at the place, and the guys are there like, oh, hello, so axes are, this is sort of the heritage. And I just raised my hand. I was like, we're all Danish. You can skip the lecture. Like, we know what this is about. And the guy was just like, oh, okay. He looked at us like, okay, so I'll get the other axes out then. And he was like, what do you mean other axes? He comes out with like double-headed axes. And he was like, well, normally this is like meant to be like for the widows and so on, but I think we can make an exception. It was like, oh, yes.
Yes. That'd be like a bunch of us from Montreal or Quebec going down to like, Vermont, and having them, we go to a fucking maple sugar place and like, this is how we're Canadian. Oh, okay, just go ahead, have fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're good with that. Yes, I have been rescued or cured, as you put it, of my gingerism, but apparently I'm going to have this spot of ginger for the rest of my days, my last little, and my eyebrows. I'm going to have my reminders of my red days. Sadly, I miss my auburn hair. Hi, Hilt, from your friend from England. Look at that, man. You got tons of people coming in. Look at you, buddy. You're a. Is this Mormon stuff? You got a bunch of Mormons?
Not at all, man. The only Mormon I know on YouTube is Brian.
All the G.I. Joe people? What's going on?
G.I. Joe, comics, gaming.
There you go, man. Look at you doing your thing. I need more coffee. The three of you can talk amongst yourselves while I go make a cup. It takes me about 2 minutes. And don't get my channel canceled, please.
And on that note, I'll... Therapist, I appreciate the fact that you waited 1 second. The courtesy of the Aussies. Don't do this. All right. 1 second later, he didn't say how long. Do it. Let's agree, though, Seraphis. It's a universal law. He said don't do it. And like the cats that we are, we will just go. Doop.
That's right. You gotta knock it off.
Yeah. See, the downside is though, Bear isn't here, so we can't just make eye contact while we do it. Mod, have you not had that like
no reference? Fumble.
How have we all been? How's the first week of the year been?
Oh my goodness! For me, it's been incredible. It was such a crappy year last year. I lost a lot of family and friends, and it's just everything is totally turned around this year within just a week.
Christ.
I've had problems with my plumbing and electric in my house, and that's all going to be taken care of starting this next week, and everything just like a 180, man, just is completely turned around.
Dude, that's positive. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, me too. Hope you guys are doing good too.
Oh, it's been a fun start on my side, at least.
I mean, I spent the first day of the year in hospital, so that was fun.
Yeah, but you're an Aussie.
Yeah, no, I didn't have to pay for anything.
Exactly. It's just like, yeah, water's wet. First day of the year, it's like, oh, gotta do my regular meet with the doctor. Hey, how you doing? It's like, Service, why is there a knife in your hand? It's like, what do you mean? I just did a high five.
Did that help Margaret? She asked which one of us is me. So I put it in the title from the hill.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, good shit. Good shit. No, that's good to hear. Do we have any gaming plans aside from Surface spending 6 hours in 3.5? Do we have any other gaming plans for the year?
Oh my goodness! I run 3 games a month, and I'm starting a 4th one in March.
You don't have a problem.
Nope, not at all.
No, it's not like you run 4 times a week. You see, that would be a problem.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Yeah.
And then I play on GM Cody every other Sunday, so that's a lot of fun. He runs 8082E, so that's.
I do like
great.
2nd edition. That's a lot. Yeah. It's good. What about you, Surface? You've got your 3.5.
Yeah, that's basically mostly what I'm running at the moment. I've got kids, so that consumes.
That is a factor.
The rest of my time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I usually DM. So yeah.
So I do want to ask though, like, what? So you're playing in the 3.5?
Yeah.
What are you playing as?
An artificer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you got to get the chaos in there. That's my expectation. The moment I hear anyone go like, I would like to play an artificer, like, you want to play a bombardier? Get in there. Get in. You want to create nuclear weapons. You want to create gunpowder. You want to do these things. I know. Come on.
Surface. I heard you. I know what you did the minute I turned off my camera. I know. I heard it. God bless you. That was good. That was some funny shit. My coffee brewer chose violence, but I didn't feel like making another cup, so I'm just going to have to drink around the grains in the coffee, sadly. Oh, well.
Oh, no.
Like the ways of my ancestors. What's going on in the chat? Let's see what we got. Everybody over on Logan's channel is way more engaged. What's going on, man?
That's normal for us on my channel.
Bear, I think you should take that personally. Okay, we already did that one. Be careful. That might be fumbles, and you know what happens when fumble shows up. And I don't know what that means.
That was a G.I. Joe reference.
Okay. Yeah, I still say that Justin's G.I. Joe, his Joe name would be Friendly Fire. Morning, Yog. You working or you hanging out? What's going on, man?
I think it's just day off.
I would be wrong, yeah. Okay, so the community post he's referring to, by the way, and I'm going to share this with everybody who's not maybe a subscriber and not in the community, but it's very important to me, and it has matter and meaning, and it's a thing that really does matter to me, because there's way too much, and we've already talked about this a little bit, but I'm a little tired of the stupid in our world. So let's go ahead and take a look. So after all this nonsense with a certain style of gaming, I state again for us that this is a you do you community. We don't think any one way is eliter, better, or worse. Yes, I made up a word. Everyone just appreciate each other and let those who wish to divide us with their nonsense pound sand. While we welcome everyone at the table regardless of their abilities, experience, or style. We are an open and accepting group, hence the Society of Role-Playing Enthusiasts has room at the table for everyone except the haters. Peace, love, geek. Yep. And I stand by this, and I will always stand by this, because I am not willing to accept people being shitty to each other over make-believe. It's make-believe. Adjust your priorities. Right?
Yeah. My head's are fun.
Geek's wrong. Sci-fi's awesome. John, you're wrong. You're wrong, son. You're wrong. That's something I can do that you can't do because you have an Anglo tongue, and I grew up with a Franco tongue, so I can roll the R. I can all do the one where I go, I can do it in the back of the throat, too.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's just how you're raised. Sorry, go ahead, Sax.
I was just going to contribute to our linguistic talk by saying, like, I've just got 3 different letters that the rest of the Latin speaking world don't. So
you have the A with the O over top of it. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's got a weird sound to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A, O. Yeah, O. That's the one. Yeah, O.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that. No, good shit.
What the hell? I have a slight rotocism that does not help. What the hell's a rotocism?
To the dictionary. It's a sound change that converts one consonant to rhotic consonant in a certain environment. Oh,
you're going to sit at my beg and meow and claw me, and I pick you up and you get upset about it? That's your fault. Don't blame me for your bullshit.
When a dialect or member of a language family resists the change and keeps a set sound, that is sometimes known as cetasism. So basically, he keeps the enunciations of certain words in a certain way, but then again, geek is stuck in how he wants.
Marriage is what brings us together here today. That's what he's got. He's got the priest from Princess Bride. Understood. Understood. Yeah, he's a gorgeous cat, Margaret, but he's also a very naughty boy. Now, his brother, who hates to be on camera, is absolutely gorgeous. This is the model. This is the one when the vet met them as kittens, and I said, which one do you want first? She said, I'll take the pretty one first, and she was referring to this boy. But this boy is the antisocial one. He's so pretty, he doesn't need us. He's so pretty. He doesn't need anything. Unless he wants food or I'm in bed for some reason. Whenever I go to bed, he wants to be around me. But otherwise, hates me unless I'm feeding him. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's right.
How dare you sit around so I can look at you?
He's my gender fluid, non-binary trans cat. And I've told this story before, but for the new people, basically when I got them as kittens, I was adopting 2 boys. Took them to their first vet visit, and they said, this is a girl. I'm like, really? And then we looked, and there was no testicles. We're like, oh, shit. All right, so I guess my cat's a girl. All right. A couple months later, when I took them to get fixed, a month later when I took them back for the checkup, different vet, she's like, this isn't a girl, this is a boy. And we looked, and there was a scrotum now. And we're like, what the hell? All right, so I've got a non-binary gender fluid cat. Okay. Took them to get them fixed. I go pick them up. I said, how'd it go? Went really great. Beans was fine. Misty, we have to charge you an extra $75 because his testicles never dropped. So they had to cut in like a female cat for a spaying to go in and get the testicles from the inside. I'm like, the fuck? My cat's transgender now? What the fuck? So this pretty asshole is a gender fluid, non-binary trans cat. And that's fine. And people say, why Misty? And I'm like, because missing testicles.
That's good, Barry.
Well, it is what it is. John, are you working? Otherwise, why don't you join us, man? We got room for you. I also like when Sax gives you shit. It's fun seeing someone else give you shit.
I give what I take. It's only fair.
Yeah, no, anyway, so back to the whole community thing. I'm really, 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 really a big proponent of us all just chilling the fuck out a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. And just remembering, ultimately, we play games where people go boogada and shoot fireballs out of their hands. All right. You're now being that thing where you want all the attention, so you're getting all the attention. Everybody say hi to Beans. Beans is the mascot of the show. And Beans is, look at that, he's choosing violence. One ear down, just staring off like, I fucking hate this. But he also understands who feeds him, doesn't he? Yes, he does. He bit me the other day, though. He got a good bite in. It was like, we're playing this, aren't we? He's a little over a year old, the two of them, and he's becoming an obnoxious teenager. Yes, he is. Remember the old days, Logan, when he wanted to be in my arms all the time and he'd always be on the streams purring? Yeah, now he's a teenager. I don't want anything to do with you. Fuck off. Give me money. And now he's going to sit here and meow at me. So, see, they think because I'm awake, it's food time, but it's not food time for another hour. So they get treats. It's like feeding birds. I just throw them on the floor and let them fucking get them. It's way more fun.
Same thing you do with dogs to tire them out. Just throw the food out in the yard and then they have to go and find it.
Yeah. I wish I could have a dog, but I live in an apartment. It wouldn't be fair.
No, it wouldn't be fair. You're right.
I grew up in the country, man. Dogs need space to run. You need to be able to open the door and go, run, dog. Have a good time. See you when you get back, like.
Yep. Yeah, no, completely agree. That's one of the things why no, I'm not going to go down there.
I'm not dressed yet. Just woke up. Put on your fucking Bilbo Baggins house coat and get your ass in the conversation, John. Besides, there's an Aussie here. You can make fun of the Aussie, and he can call you a palm and back and forth. It'll be great fun, and the rest of us will just watch you two like any of us don't give a shit. We'll get the Kiwi back, and he can make fun of Seraphis, and it'll be perfect. Sorry, Logan. That means I have to make fun of you because I'm Canadian and you're American. I'm so sorry.
No, well, I'll see if I can round up a Swede, a Norwegian, and then you can have the three of us just sort of like go like a triangle. You'll just watch the absolute. It's fun though. I've had a teacher having to witness that in my school, where it would just be a non-stop alliances formed, alliances broken within like the span of 5 minutes. We would just gang up against each other all the time.
Have you ever seen that? I can't remember what show it was from the BBC thing where they're dividing up Europe. The whatever that treaty was that the Westphalia, the Treaty of Westphalia. Have you ever seen that video?
I can't say I have.
Shit. You haven't seen it? All right,
no.
Hang on. I love getting demonetized because I don't monetize this, so I absolutely adore it when they demonetize me for shit. So I'm happy to show funny videos to people that get me in trouble with YouTube. So this is a official reaction video. Hang on a second. I'll find it.
Get my face on.
Well, the Swedes are in it, so that works out well.
Oh, okay.
They make good fun of the Swedes, which is quite good. Give me a second. I'm gonna make sure it's full screen and start it from the beginning, and the audio's up. Let's go ahead and present. Share screen. Treaty of Westphalia. Share. There we go. All right.
So, we're agreed. France gets the city of Pinerolo and the bishopric of Metz, and to Sweden goes Western Pomerania, Wismar, Stettin, and the islands of Rügen and Pearl. Oh, lovely. And England, for applying within 28 days, gets this charming carriage top.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm very kind.
Right, well, I think that concludes our treaty. Gentlemen, a toast. Peace in Europe.
Peace in Europe.
Excellent.
Excuse me.
Oh, what is it now? Why are you interrupting?
Forgive me, Ambassador, but what about Luxembourg?
He's right. Nobody owns Luxembourg.
France, I thought you owned Luxembourg.
No, we thought it was Dutch.
Sweden?
No, we thought it was Belgium.
England?
Well, we just knew it was on the continent and didn't give a toss, really.
That slipped to our net, doesn't it? Well, we've got a country going up for grabs. Anybody interested?
Is it Protestant?
Mostly Catholic, I believe.
Let's just use it for storage.
No, it's not good. Someone's got to take it. Come on, who wants it? What's it consist of?
The small state of Luxembourg is a charming reminder of how Europe used to be. Plague victims crawl elegantly down its dung-filled streets, greasing the way with pus from their bugos, while at least 2 children a week are burned as the devil in the handsome market square. The town boasts 2 taverns, 1 humorous dwarf, and a shop that sells little things made of straw.
Yeah, sounds like Stevenage.
Well, who wants it then?
Well, we don't want it. We've already got to do up West Pomerania, not to mention Wismar and Stettin.
France has no need of Luxembourg, although I do quite like the sound of that shop selling little things made out of straw.
Yes, that shop is an economic bonus, isn't it? All right, I'll take it.
Good, excellent. So, Luxembourg goes to Sweden.
No, hold on. You can't just give Sweden another province.
But you didn't want it.
Well, yeah, but that means that they've now got Western Pomerania, Stettin, and Luxembourg. That's not fair.
We need Luxembourg to store our pickled herring.
Why can't you store them in Sweden?
Oh, the West.
Swedes and your pickled herring. Why can't you eat a proper fish?
What's wrong with pickled herring?
Nothing if you're Swedish.
No, gentlemen, please.
What is that supposed to mean?
No, well, come on. Just because we all hate the Germans doesn't mean we have to like the Swedes.
The Swedes are all right.
Well, they hate
No.
you.
No, we don't.
We don't hate anybody. Well, you should. Makes life more fun.
All we wanted to do was protect the Protestant princes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why,
really.
you didn't fancy just kicking some German arse? That's why we were there.
That's what rather appealed to us, too.
Gentlemen, please, let's not unravel the tapestry of this treaty ere the shuttle has crossed the loom.
What?
Let's not cock it out now. We're so close. I have a proposal. Why not split Luxembourg in two? Sweden can get the east and France the west.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Sorry.
Oh, what do you
Sorry.
want now?
Forgive me, Ambassador, but is it truly wise to divide a land in so wild and ragged a fashion? In future years, there will be Swedish Luxembourgers and French Luxembourgers, Protestant and Catholic, both at each other's throats.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think that'll give journalists of the future something to write about. No, I'm satisfied with this. I think this is good. I think in the future all our petty squabbles over Europe will be forgotten. It'll just be one huge state, probably with a single currency. Oh, hurrah! Yes, that's a nice thought. Yes, it is.
I'm going to have to opt out over that one, I'm afraid. We're more interested in our new colony in America.
Yes, America. America has given us nothing but tobacco and potatoes and that new high-grade narcotic that you're so fond of. No, gentlemen, I think on the crucible of war we have forged a new Europe. Right. So who's for a
Pint.
Half litre.
Marker?
Bitter.
Finest claret.
Oh, I'd love a pickled herring.
Swedes and your pickled herring, honestly. Well, let's get...
Forgive me.
Oh, she's back. What now?
Forgive me, Ambassador, but there is one more task. The savage land of the Balkans.
Oh, we forgot the Balkans. Well, look, here we are. 1, 2, 3 there. Look, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Kosovo, Greater Serbia. Everyone satisfied?
Well,
Whatever. I think, gentlemen, we have guaranteed the peace and freedom of Europe for forever. Forever.
May I say, Ambassador, that with this historic redrafting of the European borders, you are really spoiling us. These, on the other hand, are revolting.
It's true, though.
I absolutely
pickled herring.
love that. Oh, the pickled herring and the
No.
arbitrary division of Europe.
Oh, it's great. No, like, I'm going to be picking on Sweden again. No, if you just look up like any of the top 10 must-eat dishes of Sweden, there's like 4 of them that are herring. No, not even making this up. There's just herring everywhere. And Denmark is only 2 of the top 10s. See, we're much more civilized.
So far, I only have one Swede that comes to the channel. That'd be Mark, but he had to bounce out this morning, so we don't get Dave. Mark's epic is Swedish, and he's not even Swede. He lives in Sweden, but he's a Norgie. He's from Norway, so he's he married a Swede, but he's actually Norwegian, which means ultimately violence will be his choice.
Well, he's fine. We can deal with that. The Norwegians are doable. At least point them in the right direction. You'll get results.
Just point him at the Balkans. Point him at the Balkans while the Danes handle England. Works out perfectly.
Great
Can we
times.
watch
300 years.
Still Game now? No, we cannot. Guitar off the cuff. We cannot watch an episode of Still Game. I don't even know what the fuck Still Game is. I'm not watching it. That's my answer.
No.
It is what it is. Crazy people. Well, gentlemen, it's been a hoot hanging out with you this morning, but I got to eat. And, I got to sort of get my day going here and then maybe take a nap before my buddy shows up and we go have coffee and Bicky. Coffee and Bicky. I won't have Bicky. I'll probably have something really French and pastry. Ooh, their croissants are really buttery, so maybe I'll have a croissant this morning.
Treat yourself.
Well, it's not cheap. It's not a cheap place, I'll tell you that. But their latte is really good. Like, it's a really good latte, and their fucking pastries are they're really good. Last time we went was on New Year's Day, and I had a little key lime pie, key lime pie.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking tight, man. It was like so nice. So what do you got coming up, Sax? What's on your gaming table these days?
So I am. So my Saturday group has just done a big deal where they have made an alliance with the Emperor of the Empire of Necromancers, and they're going to go hunting for the Yon team. I have my 5th edition game tonight, which is bi-weekly, and I will, at some point this month, resume my Red Hand of Doom campaign. So that's, yes, been spoiling them with this one.
So good.
Oh, it's fantastic. I am really making sure they're on their toes. Mind you, starting the players out in Ravenloft to give them a taste of what violence can be like.
Ravenloft to the Red Hand of Doom?
Yeah. Well, I sold them very well in the story of Ravenloft and what that was like. So they've they've become acclimatized to my style of DMing at this point. So now that they're in a war setting and seeing what fantasy was like, they're like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh dear, crawl,
duck. All right, Logan, what do you got coming up gaming? What's going on with your gaming world and your channel?
Well, I'm not going to have a game until Sunday after next, where we're going to have our 3rd session of Remember It Can. But other than that, this week, other than GM Cody tomorrow, or tonight, actually.
Later today, yeah.
Yeah. I've just my Friday show on Fridays. That's 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So.
Nice. All right. Seraphis, what's going on with you, man?
Well, next game for me is in a fortnight's time, so that's the next 3.5 game.
Plenty of time to start carb loading for your 3.5 fights. It's important to keep your energy up while playing 3.5.
But yeah, no other plans for any other games.
Well, you said Tori was thinking about trying to run a game, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Let me know what she wants to do, and maybe we'll see her. Tell her to talk to me. There's an idea.
Yeah.
Just speak directly to me. Crazy. Well, it's fun to see you, man. For me, I've got no gaming, sadly, on the plate till Friday, when we'll have the next episode of Paradise Station, which is getting good. And then next Saturday, I've got my table-based game. We're playing our first session of Pathfinder of Palladium Fantasy 2e, so that's going to be fun seeing them get their brains around that, and me getting my brain around it as well. And beyond that, I might do some videos this week. We got the 4-Color Cafe on Wednesday, and that's about it. Even though I'm here this morning, I am going to be taking a bit of a step, not a huge one, but a bit of a step back from YouTube, just to sort of, get some projects going on the side. Yeah. And I've got Heroic coming up that I need to dedicate some time to. Shane's supposed to get me the final documents sometime this weekend, and then I'll make an announcement video about it going out, so that'll be fun. And otherwise, I really am looking forward to playing again with Cody's Palladium Fantasy. I'm really looking forward to that. I was jazzed last night after. Fuck, I really want to play, man. And I might be playing in Elfbait's OSE game. I don't know if that's going to be broadcast or not, but we might be playing in that, so that could be fun. All right, everybody in the chat, thank you for hanging out. All the people that came over from Logan's channel, Joyax, Margaret, the guitar dude, Kali. I mean, there's so many of you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Yes, I am that bear he keeps making videos about, so now you know who the fuck he's talking to. Other than that, peace, love, geek, and we don't need to make this an elitist society. We can just all hang out and have a good time. But deodorant and toothpaste matter.
That's a must.
Yeah.